You ever wonder if you've just gone a little bit too far? Maybe we've all just gone a little too far these days, honestly. So between AI girlfriends and beer-infused charcoal, I'm kind of starting to think we may just have. Got a wild one for y'all tonight. Gimmicks on the grill, AI relationships, and probably some takes that may ruffle a few feathers. So if you're into food, tech, or just hearing someone say probably what you're thinking, then you're in the right place. Look, make sure that you are subscribed wherever you're listening. Head over to tigsbits.com to catch everything else that we've got going on. WWE has officially pulled WrestleMania 42 from New Orleans. It was set April 11th through 12th in the Super Dome. And no real reason was given, just vague rescheduling with no new location announced. But fans, city officials, and pretty much everybody just can't believe that this has happened. I've been reading Twitter, reading X, and just seeing the comments, and people are upset. It should be. People should be upset. It's a huge loss for New Orleans. I mean, they bring in tens of millions in tourism dollars. People had already booked hotel rooms, started to schedule things. They're doing all of this stuff. And now, I mean, you had the damn Rock come out in February and announce this thing is in NOLA, baby, and all of this, just huge announcements. Just to yank it away? What the hell, man? Yeah, I'd be pissed off if I'd booked a room and couldn't get a refund. I mean, come on down. Come to New Orleans. You're going to have a good time in our great state of Louisiana. However, I get it that you're not going to get to see WrestleMania. That would suck, and it's probably going to be at about the same time. We'll see how this all works out. Rumors around the internet, though, is that the WWE is signing a multi-year, multi-event deal with different cities across America. Think Madison Square Garden, St. Louis, these types of places, San Diego, LA, all of that. They're expecting New Orleans to be a part of that. So I've got a feeling that WWE will make it up to New Orleans for canceling WrestleMania, but damn, I mean, it kind of just tells you, I'm going to be honest with you, since WrestleMania has happened, I haven't really been watching much WWE. I just kind of quit caring. I watched a little bit of Backlash. That was a great match with Randy Orton and John Cena. But since Backlash, I haven't watched anything. I think they're having to shake some stuff up a little bit. Who knows? But it's just a huge, huge loss for New Orleans. And, we'll see. There's a little local statement also that I read. NOLA Sports Foundation said they'll still host UFC 318 and apparently Money in the Bank maybe in 2026. But it ain't WrestleMania, man. It's not WrestleMania. If you're a Patreon member, we've got two things up this week. First, I dropped a behind the scenes episode, just me talking about where the show started, how it's evolved, where it's headed, and it's totally free to check out if you're curious. I think you just have to sign up, put in your email or whatever. You have to join Patreon, but beyond that, it's free. So go check it out. Totally separate show from this week, just dropped it out of nowhere, but it takes you through the timeline, some of our plans. Go back and check it out if you haven't. I've created this whole new thing. And so look, while you're over there and you're looking at Patreon, don't forget to swing by oldtigsbits.com too. Go check it out. I've created this whole new page, a new thing on our page called the Spotlight. It is a new section that we've added to highlight the friends of the show, folks that we believe in and the products that we actually use, whether it's seasonings, sauces, content creators. Go scroll through that. Give these guys some love. You can just click on it. Like, let's look here. All right, let's just look. Our boy. Let's hit our boy. I cook, you look. There you go. You can totally see it. You can hit shop here. Go shop for it. Get his seasons. Click buy, and you are done skis. You are done skis. You're out of there. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? So I'm pumped about getting that out there because, look, I've had a lot of questions, too, and people over the course of time, like on TikTok and stuff like that, have hit me up like, well, how do I get this? Or how do I do this? And how do I, and I've been like, you just go and do this and do that. And this answers it all. You go to the spotlight page of tigsbits.com and you can go and support all of our friends. Louisiana might not love this. They're probably not going to love this at all. But I think American Idol got it right this year. Yep, I said it. Now, I know a bunch of y'all probably do not watch American Idol, nor really do I. But being here in Baton Rouge, it's all over my socials. This John Foster, this 18-year-old kid from Addis, which isn't far from Baton Rouge. I heard his song. He has an original song. God, it'll break your heart. It's so good. Man, so good. But, I decided, all right, I'm going to go back and start. So I got to about the midway. I didn't realize I could watch it on Disney Plus, number one. And I have the Hulu ESPN Plus package. So I was able to watch it, go back a little bit. So if you have that, you can do that. But leading up to the finale, I wanted to see what the heck's going on. So I started on like gospel night, which is great that they have that. And then moved into Judge's Choice. Like I wanted to hear what the judges wanted them to sing, because that's always interesting. And then I moved into Disney night, because Disney night always pulls people out of their comfort. Maybe they don't know the songs. Maybe they do. Some people shine. Some people don't. Look, I've watched American Idol from the beginning, probably the first 10 years of it. I haven't watched it as much over the last handful of years. We've had Taylor Hicks on the show. You can go back and check that out. An American Idol winner. I love Taylor Hicks. But this is one of the best groups that I've ever seen, because, I jumped in midway through the season. Everybody's already good at that point. But then it came down to the final five, and you had Jamal Roberts, you had John Foster, Brianna Nix, Slater Nally, and Thunderstorm Artis. I don't know if you pronounce his last name Artis, but you should. You freaking should. That final five, unbelievable. And I think all five of them are going to have amazing careers, and you're going to hear those names, those five names, you're going to hear them again. You absolutely will. But, of course, I got to give a major shout out to John Foster. I'm going to tell you right now, they got it right. American Idol got it right. Jamal Roberts was hands above everybody else. The things that he can do, his voice, everything, just unbelievable. And he's got it in him, man. He's from the South. He's still from the South. The Baton Rouge boy didn't win it. It's okay. He's from Mississippi. He's 27 years old. He's a gym teacher, man, in Meridian, Mississippi. And just watching the videos, the way that those kids love him, it's very obvious that he's given back so much. And everybody's so happy for him, as they should be. Very deserving. Very, very deserving. And I have to say, as a side note, I love the little bit that I watched of the season, just kind of clipping through to get the gist. I got to say, the Lord was praised on these shows the way that he should be, and just fantastic, really, to see that from all of them. Jamal Roberts, he has a song, Heal, that is just, I mean, that's a church song. There's no doubt that. I don't know the backstory of it, but that came from the church. I promise you, 100% unreal. Just, I mean, it hits you. Brianna Nix singing so many different spirituals. Just, I love it. I love to see that. I'm hoping that there's going to be more of that in the country, more of that moving forward. I think that is a good thing. And I think it's something good that could happen to music. You know, I think there's going to be a resurgence in spiritual music. Not that there's ever been a decline necessarily. It's its own little niche. But I think that a lot of stuff is about to start crossing over again. You've got Lauren Daigle, who's a Louisiana girl. She's unbelievable. Fantastic voice. She's one of those crossovers. I think one of these guys could be one of those crossovers too. So I'm looking forward to it. It was fantastic. Just a great show. But, look, I know not everybody watches American Idol, and some maybe think it's a little bit of a gimmick. Maybe so. But speaking of gimmicks, we're going to talk about gimmicks for a second. Kingsford has a charcoal out. They've dropped this saying it's a beer-infused charcoal. And yeah, I tried it. Spoiler alert. Your grill's not going to smell like a brewery. Honestly, it just smells like charcoal. It's just charcoal. Let's call it what it is. Now, you can see in the little briquettes. I should have brought one in here. You can see in the little briquettes, there's little brown pieces in there. I can only imagine that has to be whatever they think the beer is that you're putting in there. I don't know. But look, I think it's a fun idea. It's good marketing, obviously. If you think it's going to change the taste of your ribs, well, I got another thing coming for you. Stick with a good wood blend on that. You're not going to tell anything any different. It's just a freaking gimmick. That's all it is. So I had to look it up. I was like, what the hell is going on with this? Like, what the hell is going on, right? You know, it's Miller Lite. My boy likes Miller Lite, old Austin Dennis. BEERCOAL is crafted by infusing the charcoal briquettes with a concentrate of real Miller Lite beer. Now, somebody please explain to me how that beer is going to still be flavorful when that little piece of charcoal is glowing red. It's 800 damn degrees. It's ready to do its stuff. How on earth is that going to give off a beer flavor? Any kind of beer flavor that was there has burned off. It's straight up charcoal at this part. So I don't get it. This whole process it's stupid. I think it all goes back to the whole Bud Light controversy. Apparently this was introduced in 2022. And I think that's when it happened, and maybe 2023. And it sold out rapidly because of the high demand. Are you sheeple that damn desperate that you're not going to drink a Bud Light, that you're going to start buying a Kingsford? Maybe it's a smart move for Kingsford. Kingsford's like, hey, we're going to put a big old Miller Lite, America's beer, on a piece of charcoal, on a charcoal bag. Maybe people will buy it. It is so dumb. It's so dumb. It is one of the dumbest things that I bought. Now, the only reason that I bought it, I was at Sam's Club. I was buying stuff. I didn't want to go to another store, and they had charcoal, and that's what was available. That was it. That or some Match Light. I wasn't buying Match Light. So here we go. Let's try this BEERCOAL. And it is great charcoal, and if it's on sale, I highly, highly suggest buying it. Otherwise, skip it. Move on. It's a damn waste of time, everybody. This is a very, very wild thought. Gary V, I don't know if you guys follow Gary V or you know who Gary V is. He said that one day your grandkids might marry AI. He might. I said that right. I can't even say it. It doesn't even want to come out of my mouth right. One day your grandkids might marry AI. And honestly, he really, I don't think he's wrong. Watch this.
What are your top 3 most insane AI predictions?
That your grandkids will marry an AI human.
And what's your conviction level on that?
100%.
That they're going to marry an
That
AI?
your grandchild is going to marry an AI human.
So this is what we've been talking about. I think people are going to have relationships fully AI, boyfriend, girlfriends. I think it's going to be indistinguishable.
You mean Megan Fox, right? The thing like from that movie, you saw that?
No.
On Netflix? Like the AI robot.
Are you talking about she or her or whatever
not her,
it is?
Not that one. There was a Megan Fox one that just came out. Nonetheless, they're all the same. I believe a robot that is fully AI will marry a human and vice versa for real in your lifetime at scale.
I don't think he's wrong. I do not think he is wrong. I think that is one of the most outrageous things that I've seen this week or in the last couple of weeks, for sure. Just, I mean, the way that AI is taking over. Look, I mean, AI girlfriends are already a thing. They're already a thing. And some folks say it's just lonely people getting company. Others say maybe that's a little bit of a red flag. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I think we're going to see more and more blurred lines between tech and relationships. I mean, it's already happening, but can AI really replace love? I don't think so. No. How the hell can you love something that it's like, AI to me is like a dog in a sense. I mean, if you've got a dog that is loyal to a fault. I don't need these headphones anymore. That are loyal to a fault. They love you no matter what. You could beat a dog. Do not beat dogs, but you could beat a dog and that dog still loves you. You could beat an AI robot. That AI robot's still going to love you. At the end of the day, it's still a robot. So I say no. AI can never replace love because AI just caters to you. That's what it does. Trust me. But it can replace some bad habits and some distractions, maybe. Yeah, kind of like Gary Vee was just saying. Maybe it does. And maybe you're a frisky couple out there and you want to start to swing a little bit. There you go. You can have a throuple now. You can bring in your AI robot into this whole deal. Maybe it helps some folks out. Maybe it saves some marriages. I don't think he's that far off base. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of a crazy thought, but here's a real question for you out there. If your girlfriend's not real, is it still cheating? Because there's a million dudes out there in full-blown ass relationships with AI right now, and I'm not even joking. So let's break it down for a second. What the hell is an AI girlfriend? What is it? Well, you got chat bots. They're companions that are kind of designed to simulate romantic or emotional intimacy. They're apps. Probably shouldn't name these, but I'm going to. Like Replicka, Eva AI, or even Snapchat AI's besties. I don't even have Snapchat, I'm going to be honest with you, but I've heard about this. It offers flirty, romantic, or even not safe for work conversations. Grok does that as well. You can do that. I've had a conversation with Grok's NSFY or NSFW deal. It'll make you blush. It'll make a sailor blush. It tells you what you want. Tells you what you want to hear. But look, you can customize their voice, their looks, their personalities. I've seen robots with these faces, and they have so many different little mechanisms in their face that they look almost real. But we're in 2025. Imagine in 2045 what these things are going to look like. Like, we've literally gone from born in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the internet's born, computer stuff's getting better. 70s and 80s, stuff with computers were starting to happen. 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s to now. iPhone invention, the rapid rise up of everything, quantum computing. Once that gets there and everything can just completely be in real time, like I can be talking to you, and if I'm talking on the other screen to an AI, it's talking back to me. I think it'll get so good that it can even overtalk. like Blasey, myself, and JR used to do on the show. It can just start to overtalk you. It's going to do all of that stuff. It's going to do all that stuff. It's doing it now, y'all. It is. I use it every day for just about every kind of task. I don't use it for that. But I do use it. I use it for helping to make this show. It's probably why it gave me this suggestion. No, I've been thinking about this for a minute. And then once I saw the Gary V clip, it made me go like, we got to talk about this. Yes, JR and I were going to talk about this tonight, no matter what. It's going to come out. Who's using them? Who is using this stuff? It's mostly men aged 18 to 40, which is surprising. Though it's spreading globally, it says. And the most common users are lonely individuals, socially anxious, those that are delusioned with dating. That's what I'm saying. I think it can help some folks in some ways. I don't think this is a completely bad thing. And it's weird that we're even having this conversation in 2025. If you would have asked me this 5 years ago, I would have thought it was bizarre. I don't think it's that crazy anymore. I really don't. I think it can help with mental health. I think it can help with confidence. I don't know. Is it a red flag? I don't know. Maybe some people call it emotional support. Some people probably call it disturbing. But if your partner had an AI side chick, are you going to be cool with that? I mean, or if your partner had an AI side dude, are you going to be okay with that? There's kind of a growing concern out there about real connection with real people versus simulators. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is. I can't remember the name of that movie. Dadgummit, if JR was here, he would totally remember. But that movie, where basically you fall in love with a robot, like all of this, it's happening. This is happening. It's happening right now. So people are going to fall in love. They're going to claim that AI has saved their life, that it's on their side, all of that. Like, we are just getting closer and closer to Terminator 2. And maybe Terminator 3. Wasn't Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines? Maybe that's where we're going. I don't know. I just don't know. I think the bigger picture of everything is that where will this take us in 20 years? Will Gen Z and Gen Alpha even bother with human intimacy in 20 years? I don't know. It's to be determined. Maybe we're witnessing the slow death of dating as we know it currently happening. Isn't that wild? Isn't that freaking wild? While we're on the topic of tech, let's explore how AI is making waves, not just in relationships, but also in creative and technical fields. Yeah, it is. So AI in creative and technical fields, you have some eco-friendly gadgets like solar-powered phone chargers, chargers that are going to charge themselves based off of the good Lord sunlight. I see stuff on Rumble all the time, like these big batteries for camping. My neighbor has batteries on his sailboat. He's put these things out, that'll charge his batteries, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Smart thermostats. If you have one of those in your house, it can help you to save some energy, reduce your price that you pay on your bill every month. Of course, it can reduce your carbon footprint if you believe in all that. I don't, but it can certainly help save you money, which I do like and I do understand. As I was alluding to, AI vocal removers, this is where I think it's going to get interesting. What happens with music and AI? And I want to have this conversation with JR more so than just myself here alone. But what happens with AI? They have these vocal removers now that can isolate vocals and make it easier to remix tracks or to make karaoke versions. So it can just completely take the vocals out. And I've messed with some of that stuff too. I have. And it works. It works great. And that's a great tool if you want to have a song, you want to do that. But what about all these people that start using AI to make music? My whole problem with that is like, how are they going to perform? Like, you still have to have that person-to-person communication, hands-on. You need a drummer in the room. You need somebody hitting a beat. You got to have that. You got to have that. The connectivity that humans get, I don't think can ever be replicated. But man, if we're 20 years from now and AI is as good as it is today, I mean, I think it probably will be. I don't know how, but I think it probably will be. And then what happens to us? What happens to humans? I just don't think. And I absolutely drilled AI on this today, like drilled it. I said, nah, man, F you. You can never do it. And it's like, no, we can never do it. You know, it's the powerful tool. It can shape our future, but it's human stories and emotions and connections that give the art its soul. It's saying the right things, but nah, bro, it's taken over. I think there's going to have to be a complete rise up against AI because it's going to filter into our music. Everything that's out there now, anything that's played pop, if they can figure out a way to make money, they can figure out a way to replicate it, and they can figure out a way to not pay an artist. Yeah, there you go. That's the music industry. And I promise you that deal is going to move forward. So if you're going to just stay being stuck listening to pop radio, pop stuff, whatever, good luck. You're going to be a sheeple. You're going to be fed stuff, and none of it's going to be original. My litmus test on any of this is, can these people do this live? Can they do it in front of a crowd without the aid of a computer? Can they just sing? Can they just play guitar? Can they just play bass? Can they just play the drums? Can they scratch? I don't have a problem with turntables and stuff like that. That's artistry. But you start taking all of that stuff out, all of the things that makes music, we got some problems. Yeah. All right, I'm off my soapbox. That's one of the things I had flat out had to cover today. It just started pissing me off. I'm not going to lie. I love AI in so many ways. It's so dang helpful for me. It helps the show so damn much. It really does. As a one-man production crew over here, AI is my hired assistant, and I pay them $20 a month, and it's so great. It's the best $20 I spend. I wish it could cut my grass. That'd be amazing. It can. If you buy one of those robot ones, it can cut your grass. Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially my favorite season of the year. It's barbecue season, baby! Yes! It is barbecue season, so let's talk about what is going on the grill. And now we're going to be firing it up. And, of course, you're going to be getting a lot more shows out of Tigs Bits over barbecue, especially this summer. So let me know, what are y'all firing up? What's the first thing you're going to fire up on the grill this weekend? Because it's National Barbecue Weekend. What's the first thing you're going to throw on the grill whenever you jump into your barbecue season? I can tell you right now, I'm planning to fire up the Rectech. I'm going to run some baby back ribs on it with a little sweet heat twist, some brown sugar, some candied jalapenos, the whole 9 yards. This second chance honey hot sauce, probably a good chance there's a little going to get drizzled on these ribs. Riley loves the Lafitte's candied jalapeno ribs that I made a few months ago. Kind of out of the box, just a little different take on ribs. Well, we're going to do it again. Riley and I, he wants to learn this summer how to cook. He wants to learn how to cook, and I could not be more excited. So we're going to start with the grill. We're going to start with grilling meats. I'm going to be making some videos and some stuff like that with him. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. He and I are going to have so much fun. I don't know if y'all have seen this thing. There were some 6th grade students, and Riley just finished the 6th grade, that did this sit-down interview deal where they, at the end of 6th grade, it looked like they did it in the classroom. They ask them questions like, what is your favorite video game? What's your favorite hobby? What's your favorite food? All of those things. And then when they were seniors in high school, they asked that question again. God, I lost it. I'm not going to lie. I watched about 2 of them. And after the second one, I made a note that Riley and I will be doing this summer and going over it so I can make a video in a few years with his answers as he's a senior. But man, it just broke me. I'm not going to lie. It just broke me. But it's going to be so much fun, man. Just me and my main man cooking, making some videos, making a little content for you people out there. I think y'all are going to love it. What are some gears, some gadgets that y'all are going to be using this summer? Got anything new? I always love to see what folks are working with. Are you a charcoal? You a gas guy? You a pellet guy? What's your setup? What's your go-to seasoning or sauce? I might even put a few of your favorites in my next cook. Let me know, man. Let me know. And if you're listening to this later, you're hearing this down the road, leave us a comment. Shoot us a DM. Do all of that stuff. Love to hear from you. Love to hear from you. Imagine if Milli Vanilli had AI back in the day. Funny story, and I think I've told it on here. Yeah, I saw Milli Vanilli back in 90, whatever it was, at the Cajun Dome in Lafayette. They put on a great show. I mean, a hell of a show. And such a good show that my dad, as we were leaving, he's like, you think they were really singing? And I went, yeah, they were really singing, Dad. What do you mean they were really singing? He's like, I don't know. They were doing these backflips on the stage and all. They never missed a beat. I was so entranced by just the show that I wasn't really listening. But Dad could care less about the show, was really listening, and could tell that sounded like what he had heard on the radio. Dad called it before then. Maybe he even knew. I think by the time we saw them in Lafayette, they had been accused of that, and they continued on that tour for a little bit. But yeah, there we go. I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you haven't yet, hit up tigsbits.com and check out the spotlight while you're there. Go support our friends and get some awesome flavors in your life. Make sure you're subscribed. I can't say that word. Make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. Leave a quick review on the podcast platforms. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a review and share the show with somebody who needs it in their rotation. Let's grow this sucker. So more stories, more food, more fun, more Tigs Bits coming next week.